Hey there folks, it's me, Safari Sam, and today we have another great isopod video for you. Today we're taking this Reptosoil along with this magnificent critter carrier, boop, and making a new tub home. You can't see them right now, but the Porcellio laevis White Morph is in here. Oh, I can kind of see one under the moss. Let me see if I can scoop it up. This is the Porcellio laevis White Morph. It's covered in a lot of dirt. It's a little whiter than it actually looks. Some of them do have little spots. This guy does kind of in the center there, but a lot of that's just dirt. But they are beautiful isopods. We've worked a lot with Porcellio X laevis, which seems to have a common ancestor to Porcellio laevis, who are pretty unafraid of things. Like, these guys will walk right onto your hand. They like their protein, they like to chomp. I don't think they're the best cleanup crew isopod, but they're a very fun pet isopod. Look at him, he's just like, where the hell am I? They're really great. I have several of them. Actually, I got a lot extra because one of the ones I got was gravid and immediately popped out double the babies of what I had bought. So I'm starting off with a much bigger batch than I paid for, which is really nice. But if you have Porcellio laevis and you give them what they need, they're gonna breed a lot. And I do want that. That's the whole point. This is a breeding project. So let's give them what they need. I sort of miscalculated the amount of soil I would need while I was at the last expo. So I had to go to a pet store and pick up this magnificent bioactive 10 quarts of Reptosoil. We should have a little left over after this, but I'm also going to mix stuff into it. It's good for burrowing and egg laying. I won't need the egg laying because they carry their babies on their tum-tums, but burrowing will be needed. Retaining humidity will be needed. I don't know about plant growth, but this will be good for the tub. And here we have our 16 quart tub, much like the others that we have been using. It's not really any different than the ones we've used for Porcellio X laevis morphs and for our orange creams. And I do have another isopod video planned after this that is not a tub building episode, so definitely subscribe if you want to see that. It's more of an advice episode. But we're going to go ahead and pour in... Oh god, it smells good. We're going to pour in a lot. Oh yeah, I can see some detritus in there. That's good. I do want to add more to this. It doesn't have as much as the last substrate we used, but there is seemingly some detritus in there. That should be enough substrate. It's very soft and moist, but it's definitely not enough detritus, I don't think. So I'm going to need a big old handful of Reptobark and another big old handful of Reptobark. But, well, let's get a little more. But we're not just gonna let it sit there right on top. We're actually going to mix it all the way in to the substrate, like so. We're kind of tilling it around, and some can be on top. That'll be just dandy. Oh, it's already looking really good. Oh yeah. See, this build is a little different, isn't it? Just a little. Ooh. Very nice. By the way, if you want a care guide for any specific isopod species, you let Papa know. Next up I have these biodegradables from the BioDude. I did pay full price for these, don't worry. As much as I would love to be sponsored by the BioDude, they just got good products. And for our first isopod kit we ever did, we actually bought his kit. But yeah, they're like these palm fronds, and I personally like to kind of cut them up a little. Yeah, that's cutting very poorly, but you see what I want, right? There we go, that's a bit better. Ah, damn it, you fucker, just break, Christ. Ah! Okay, that's a bit better. Got a little impatient. They were not wanting to cut like they normally do. Anyway, I'm also going to mix these in real deep. They're going to create some microbiomes, biomes, ooh, in the soil there, which will be good for our little critters. And then this little fan piece, I'm just going to stick in the side there. I always like to stick one in the side like that. Next up is cork bark. No way. No way I am out of cork bark already. I literally just bought a pile of it at the last expo. And I'm already out? Okay. I guess we're going to wait on cork bark, but it's going to go here. This is where I'm going to put either, I say probably 2 medium-sized cork barks right here. Just a little, that's what will go there. That's kind of a bummer. But I do have this from a retired shrimp tank. This is kind of like a driftwood tube with a little bit of moss and stuff stuck to it. It was in a bioactive habitat. And I'm curious to see how it will affect this tub. This is a bit of a blind experiment, but I kind of just want to get it in there and see what happens. I'm just curious. Hopefully it won't kill my critters. That would be awful. You know I love all my little creatures. It's also going to get some other moss. Sphagnum moss from our What the hell? From our sphagnum moss brick is going to go all along the back there. All the isopod enclosures I've ever made have this back here. They like to hide under it, but it also helps retain moisture, etc. They can just drink from it. I've seen them drink from it. They can eat from it. It's really good for them. So all the ones I've ever done, all the species I've ever done, which is 3 species now. I've done 4, but 2 of them are just morphs of the same species. So I've done 3 species, and now since I can't do my cork bark because I'm an idiot and a fool that forgot it and doesn't want to stop making their tub, and I'm not going to make them wait another day to be in that tub. They need to be in the big boy hum, right? Now I need to add my leaf litter, and this leaf litter is a bit different than a lot of the leaf litter I've been using. These are trimmings from my tropical plants that I have in other vivariums and things. See, a lot of this specific tub is taking stuff from my other tubs. Like these trimmings are all from my crested gecko's home. And I know that isopods can live in there. Oh no, I actually have more isopods than I thought. I still have 3 species, but I have 2 morphs because I have orange crumbles. I always forget that there's orange crumbles in there because I never see them. But there are. I've seen their molts. I have orange crumbles in my crested gecko home, and there are plants in there, and I do have trimmings and stuff from those plants, and actually this is just a fully, and I let them kind of rot. Just put the U in there. It's kind of sticking up. That's cool. You're just a big piece of cut off plant. There's also some leaves and things. These are very different than the normal leaf litter that I use. Very, very different. Let's also bury this in there. It still has a little root on it because that's when I pulled up a plant I decided was better set for the isopodos. There's still a little green on it, but that will rot later, and then when it does, they'll have it to eat as the tropes. Yeah, and I'm fine covering this tube. That's fine by me. And I'm going to leave a bit of this area open since I'm going to put cork bark there. But yeah, that is some very, very different leaf litter. So I've moistened this puppy up like a mistress, and I'm going to throw a little bit of my old turtle food in here because I found that some of my detritivores just really like it. They really like those little turtle pellets. Oh, my hissing cockroaches adore them, love them like to death. They are gone after I put them in the enclosure. But now we need to add the isopods themselves. And you might be thinking, oh Sam, Sam, why aren't you adding springtails? Because the springtails are already in here. Yeah, the springtails have already been living with them. I might need to add an extra shot later, but what you gonna do, Babu? And so let's pull out the leaf litter that they have in here. Toss it down into my tropicals. Oh, there you can see a bunch of them hiding. What you doing down there, little friends? Oh, you're under the moss, huh? Well, I'm going to add your moss to the pile here. And then I'm going to gently move you... Oh! and all your dirt, they're fine. And all your dirt into here. And they're off. Look at them go. I went ahead and dumped that dirt over here on the side that's open, since I'm missing cork bark. I will pick it up tomorrow. I'm recording this in the evening, so any place that sells cork bark is not only too far away, but also most certainly close. See, look, babies. Look at all those babies. I told you there was a gravid one. Many babies. Oh my god. They're bigger too. They've definitely gotten bigger. See, they're already doing well. Wow. Someone's coming up out of there. Hey. Oh, that's a springtail. You see that little white bug? That's a springtail. I usually don't capture them on camera. Look at them all just pushing up out of there. Yeah, they are burrowers, so they have no trouble getting up out of this sediment. That's why I said when the substrate fell on them, I was like, oh, they'll be fine. See, look how big they're going to get. Look at the babies next to that big mama. Wow. Isopods are so stunning. Just so legitimately stunning. There's another baby coming up. I told you we had a ton of babies already. One came gravid. And you can see all those little tiny white bugs. Those are the springtails. Yeah, it looks like there's a good bit of them. They've been propagating. Ooh, they've really been propagating. Look at them all. I'm not sure how much further I can zoom in. Oh yeah, this isn't a macro lens. I was at my limit there. Ooh. Wow. Look at that big one. I could honestly just observe them all day. But sadly, the best way to make sure your new isopod colony is successful is to just kind of leave it alone for a while. Just leave it be. So that they can all, you know, come around and get comfortable. You don't want them to be scared, because then they won't reproduce and they might not eat, and then you're stuck with a bunch of bugs that are dead or have completely disappeared. And here is the lid, which is something that I definitely did not forget to show you and have to have edited into the video later. You see, we installed this ventilation on here. This screen will allow for water to evaporate out to keep it from molding, which is something that the springtails are also for. And I used aquarium safe silicone to seal it on there, which is safer for them than hot glue, which might contain toxic things to them. Silicone's pretty safe for them, but it does reek, so you're definitely gonna have to leave it outside for hours while it cures. And then one thing I like to do is use a P-Touch label. No, I don't know why they called it that. Porcellio laevis, the species, White Morph Isopods, the morph, the common name. And that goes right there. There's a lot over here in the moisture side as well. Oh, there's a big boy. See, they're all just getting a little drink. You're all just getting... You're all just getting little drinks. Yeah, they'll be much less stressed in this bigger tub. And as they breed, I will be selling them. I'll only be selling them in the state of Georgia. If you have to travel a little ways, I'll give you a good deal. I'm just not in a place yet where I'm ready to ship animals. And I also have to have a license to ship them across state lines, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I can't do that. I can't send them out of state yet. But I can sell them in state because I do have a regular license. I have the licensing to sell them in state. So I can sell these, my snails, and other species of isopods and things like that. Oh, they're really coming out of the woodwork, literally. Wow. And yeah, maybe some will get fed off, but this species isn't the best feeder. But it is a decent display isopod. So that is it. This tub is complete with the exception of the missing cork bark, but it has a lot of great leaf litter. It has a moist side and a dry side. Porcellio laevis likes to be able to regulate their own moisture, so you need to give them a moist side and a dry side so they can go to one or the other depending on what each individual needs. And there will be some isopods that like it drier, there'll be some isopods that like it wetter. I've mostly worked with species that have a gradient like this, the moisture gradient. It's pretty easy to maintain. Just only put moisture on the side of the enclosure that has the moss. But that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. I always say that. We rarely post on Twitter and we never use Facebook. It's only the etc. But we do have a store. Hopefully our Morph Market will be live by the time this video goes up. But that is it. Thank you all once again. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. You know, fun fact, Jerry, I actually got these isopods on accident. No joke. I bought the wild type. I bought 2 shots of the wild type. And when I opened it up, they were the White Morph. And I think they're worth the same. Like, I don't think I lost any money. And I eventually would have gotten the White Morph eventually, you know. Because I love Porcellio laevis. But I just didn't expect to have them now. Yeah, no, it was Josh's Frogs. I got the wild type from Josh's Frogs and they sent me the White Morph. They even had wild type pictured on the little cups. They had a picture of it slapped on there, but inside they were white. Yeah, just like my dating profile.